Hey guys, good evening and welcome to another video. So basically, I feel like this video is like long overdue because I've always like promised a web development montage, and also my students have promised them like a web development montage, like probably like 10 minutes each, and they might actually increase with time. Well, yeah, here it is. So welcome to my class and welcome to another video from Max the Tech Guy. My name is Max. I am a software engineer and also mechatronics engineer, and I will be doing a web design class basically. Enjoy. So first off, today we'll be looking at intro to web design. We'll be looking at intro to web design, and we'll be talking about things like um, sorry, basic principles, basic principles. Principles of web design. We'll be looking at tools we're using, tools used to get started, tools used to get started, and also steps to get started on design. Get started on design. Yeah. So basically, we'll be looking at this today. Principles involved in developing a website, tools you'll be using, the planning process, your prototyping, your wireframing, your testing, understanding Chrome, and all that stuff. We'll actually be looking at them today. So basically, the first thing you actually want to do is actually get VS Code installed on your computer. You actually want or need to get VS Code installed on your computer. Basically, this environment I'm using is called, what I'm using is basically called IDE, also known as an integrated development environment. Sorry, environment. That's what basically IDE means, and there are different kind of IDEs. Basically, an IDE cannot just be for coding. There can be IDE for gaming, like game developments. There can be IDE for designs, like Figma is an IDE. Some Adobe products can actually be seen as IDEs. Basically, IDEs are anything you're using to build something, or any tool that gives you the um, ability to build something. That thing is basically, or gives you the ability to use another tool, is an IDE, and VS Code is also an IDE. There are various other IDEs on that. There is VS Code, which is what we are using. There's VS Code, there's Sublime Text, which is, sorry about that, Sublime Text, which is usually or normally used by people who do things like PHP. That's people who actually use this Sublime Text, and there's Atom. Yeah, basically there's Atom, and yeah, I think that's what I remember right now. These are the three very there's brackets. When I started as a web developer, I actually started using brackets first until I found VS Code. Actually, the truth is that my computer couldn't like take VS Code at the moment, so it was actually using um, brackets and Atom at that particular point in time. So yeah, I was actually using that. Actually, I have brackets installed on this computer right now. So as far I use VS Code is better for me because VS Code is more flexible, more dynamic, and more extensive, and allows me actually use some other tools. So that's basically why I use VS Code. So once you have this installed, you will need to actually be able to set up your files. So basically, when you're building a website, the first thing you actually be taking note of is how to set up your files. So now we know our IDE. Now we're going to be doing something like this. I'm definitely going to be doing something like this, which carries all our code, and we're going to be using tools. Like this basically carries all our code. This is basically code, and this code is HTML. Let's HTML. We'll be using HTML, JavaScript, and we'll be using CSS. So that's basic for the basics. We'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let me write that down. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. Which is called hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language, that's basically what HTML means. And CSS means style sheet. Now note that these aren't actually JS, basically means JavaScript. Now note that JavaScript and Java are not the same thing. Now people say there's Java, but JavaScript and Java are not the same thing. People will be like, oh, it's JavaScript. They normally say that at school, but I want you to understand something, that JavaScript and Java are not the same thing. They are not at all, and they will never be, in Jesus' name. Amen. So as I was saying, yeah, actually we're out of time here, so now let's get back. We actually have 4 minutes to set up our tools. So we want to actually set up a file where we can actually see our code. So go to our file manager. You actually go to your file manager. So when you go to your file manager, you now go there and you create files. So you can actually, like, I will actually drop a file or a template you can actually use to get started on the description below, so you can actually check them out and you can see them for yourself. So basically, yeah. So sorry to be files open. Let me. This now I go to a new account basically and I check web. So there are different files here holding different projects I've actually worked on. So you just go here, you click on new folder. You first of create a new folder, and once you create that folder, all this is just for proper file management. As a developer, you should be able to understand proper file management. So you can name it tutorial, basically tutorial, and tutorial, and then yeah, so it's empty. So you inside here you can do something new. So now once you have this inside, you don't really need to like build anything new inside of here. All you gotta do is you can just open this particular folder on VS Code. If you top here, you can just click new window, and it's opening new window for you. So now some of you might be asking how to actually get VS Code installed. So I actually will drop a link for you to get VS Code installed on either Windows, Mac, or Linux, whatever operating system you're using, basically. So you click here, so you click on File, and then you click on Open Folder. So once you click on Open Folder, it will show you the list of your folders, which it should show me. I go to where my project is. So that is good to actually have your project in mind, like where you keep all your projects. And then I just select the folder.